This is an old photo of my grandparents. On the top of the photo, Max and Bella. Max from Kiev and Bella from Poland. And they came to the United States around 1912, and they met in Boston, and they married and had 3 children, one of whom was my mother. And my mother met my father in Boston. And together they had 5 children. And now there are grandchildren. And soon there will be great-grandchildren. But as I look at this photo, I think of Bella and Max, who died long ago. And I think that generation by generation, this world that we are now living in is going to be in big trouble in terms of climate change and global warming. You know the drill. I don't have to tell you. And climate novelists around the world will be picking up their pens to write sci-fi novels about the near future, in the distant future. And some will write novels about the present time we live in now. And others will write sci-fi novels about the past. Bruce Sterling wrote a short story called Master of the Aviary, which was set 1,000 years ago in the past. So sci-fi can be many things. It can take place in the past, in the present, in the future, and in the distant future. Since sci-fi is a subgenre of sci-fi, it can go anywhere it wants to go. But as I look at this picture of my grandparents, Bella and Max, and one of their cousins, and this picture was taken in Boston in the early part of the 20th century, I think and I worry that future generations are going to suffer horribly because of what we are doing to the planet and to the atmosphere and to the oceans in terms of climate change and global warming. In my own mind and in my own visions, in my own predictions, I feel that things are wonderful now. The sky is blue. The clouds are white. Most days are wonderful. But as history marches forward, generation after generation, and I'm not talking about just your children or your grandchildren or even your great-grandchildren. I'm talking about 30 generations from now. 30 old photographs like this until 500 years go by into the future. And we may very, very well be doomed. Doomed. Because we did not take action when we had the time in the 21st century to try to stop global warming and climate change. And so as I look at this picture of my grandparents, I wonder, and I hope you wonder too, what will the future be? And how will cli-fi novelists and cli-fi movie directors treat the future? Because we are headed into uncertain times, uncharted times, and perhaps unspeakable times. Of course, I hope I'm wrong. I hope we find solutions. And cli-fi novels can talk about these solutions, because cli-fi novels can be both dystopian or utopian. Cli-fi novels can go whatever way cli-fi novelists want them to go. But as I look at this photo of my grandparents, I think, generation after generation, 30 more generations. What then? Godspeed.